What's going on, y'all? Thanks for checking in the Khaliis Take. You know what to do. Hit that like, subscribe button. Also hit that notification bell just so you can get the newest and the bonus content first. But hey, let's just go ahead and jump right in. I was reading CBS Sports and I came across a topic on Russell Westbrook about Patrick Beverley, and the report was saying that there's a possible chance, or more likely a chance, that the Lakers are going to trade Russell Westbrook or let him walk and go home after, or be sent home after they acquired Patrick Beverley. Now, let's just be clear about one thing. We know him and Patrick Beverley have a history, and it's definitely not a good one. And honestly, when they traded for Patrick Beverley, letting go of THT, I just thought it was a win for the Utah Jazz. I didn't think it was a win for the Lakers. I thought the Lakers really, folded on this one because, like I said, Patrick Beverley has got some good things about him, but he's not an all-world type player. And neither is Taylor Horton-Tucker, but Taylor Horton-Tucker's 21 years old. You can build a franchise around a young player like him and add to that. Not even saying that he will become a superstar or anything like that, but he has an opportunity to become a star in this league because he has shown that he can, score and, put up points when given the opportunity and when given the minutes. And he had a 1 or 2 40-point games last season, I believe. So, he's shown that he has potential to, be a player that you can utilize and get some, good value out of, good offense and, average to a little bit better than average defense. So, he's a futuristic type player that they could have utilized. If anything, if you don't think he could have been a superstar, maybe he could have, turned into a very good solid role player for them when they add another superstar to the team in the future. If, Anthony Davis is not going to be that, if he's not going to be there, and by that time LeBron will be retired and Russell Westbrook might actually be too. So this is my point. They could have built it around a player like him rather than getting a player like Patrick Beverley, who really is a decent role player, but he's not going to change life that much for the Lakers. Like I said, the Lakers might be possibly a play-in tournament team, maybe even make the playoffs. I'm not sure. But when you talk about Lakers purple and gold, you only really associate them with championships. You don't associate them with play-in tournaments and just making the playoffs. That's not good enough for a team of this caliber who has 17 championships already logged in. So, honestly, like I said, Taylor Horton-Tucker wasn't going to make him any better because he didn't. But at the same time, you don't know how much better he could have actually helped the Lakers be as a team if they gave him more of an opportunity to be on, basically to initiate the offense more, or at least utilize his offensive skills more. Because I just think that, he wasn't utilized in the right way. And honestly, I feel like he wasn't given the opportunity to, really show what he can do. Because honestly, when you look at the Lakers, they got 3 top 75 players. He just really didn't have any room to, utilize or put his talents out there because they got so much other talent in the 3 top 75 players they have, along with other players on the team too, who are some Hall of Famers as well, soon to be, along with LeBron and AD and Russ. It just wasn't really too much room for THT. But this is what I'm saying. In the long run, it might hurt the Lakers because, honestly, if you look at it, listen to what I just said. LeBron James not going to be around no longer than about 1 or 2 more seasons. Anthony Davis probably going to be gone after next season, especially if he keeps getting hurt the way that he does and don't stay healthy. And Russell Westbrook is pretty much out the door now, if not even sooner. So, your 3 top 75 players are going down the drain basically here soon. They're basically going to fade away here soon. So who would you have left on the Lakers that you really can rely on? Then your bench, they had Carmelo Anthony. I think they still got, Dwight Howard so far, not unless they decide to, use him in a package deal and trade him. And this is what I'm saying. What do the Lakers have after LeBron is gone? What do the Lakers have if they trade Russell Westbrook? They'll have an injured Anthony Davis, but like I said, he might actually get traded after this upcoming season as well if he don't play up to the level they think he should. So this is what I'm saying. You have no youth to give the team to build around, to possibly move forward. And that's why I said trading away your youth for a player like Patrick Beverley, it just really isn't worth it to me. But like I said, that's just my opinion. And this is the point. Patrick Beverley is decent, but at the same time, like I said, you don't know. It's the season's still up in the air. It hasn't even started yet for the Lakers, but it's so up in the air for them because, like I said, this team is built. On paper, looks like they're built to win a championship, but on the floor when they play, it looks like they're a recreational team. They don't look like a team that's even in the NBA. They don't look like a team that even gelled good enough to even be in the G League. I mean, the way they played last year, it was horrible with 3 top 75 players on your team. They ought to be ashamed of themselves of what their record was, 10, 15 games under 500 with that type of talent on there. That's just not even really logical if you ask me. But my point is this, when you look at this situation here with Patrick Beverley and Russell Westbrook, you only can look at it really from one fashion. Honestly, Russell Westbrook, I know he still doesn't like Patrick Beverley. Patrick Beverley probably feels the same way about Russ. The only difference is Patrick Beverley ran into Russ's knee several years ago, and Russ had to have a knee surgery for that. And Russ never probably got over that, because when you run into somebody's knee, you're taking away their livelihood possibly, and you're taking away a lot of their athleticism that they probably still would have if that injury didn't happen. And this is what I'm saying. Him and Beverley has had some type of issues that I don't think that's recoverable. And this is why, looking at the report and reading the reports on CBS.com about there is a possibility where Russ might be sent home or just be traded away now because him and Patrick Beverley just really never got along. And honestly, when they traded for Patrick Beverley, I mean, I don't know if that was a sign. That was a sign more for the Lakers just saying that's how much we want to get rid of you, Russ. We're going to trade for Patrick Beverley and bring him in so you could feel uncomfortable just to go ahead and walk away and go to the house. Honestly, I feel like that's, a part of the reason, or could be a part of the reason why they did that. Because like I said, no team is going to trade a Taylor Horton-Tucker, a young up-and-coming possible up-and-coming player, possible star player, if he's given the opportunity to really, score more and utilize his talents, for a 34-year-old Patrick Beverley who's going to be out of the league in probably like 2-3 years or less. You see what I'm saying? So, I mean, it really didn't make no sense. But like I said, that might just be the way the Lakers are basically trying to put the message out there that, hey, Russ, we're doing anything we can to get rid of you, to make you not want to be with us, because we just don't want you here. And you see what I'm saying? It might come off that way to Russ. And this is what I'm saying. Even if Russ stays with the Lakers this season, he might not even play or want to play with this team even more so now because of Patrick Beverley being there, and the fact that the Lakers are just a drama-filled situation since he's got there anyway. So with that being said, CBS Sports kind of makes an intriguing point that there's a possibility that, like I said, Russ can either walk from the team and get sent home or get traded even quicker now, simply because of, Patrick Beverley being there. That's a very feasible statement, even though it might not be true. But I mean, if you think about it on the logic of, their history between each other, it's very possible that it actually can, turn out that way. So, I mean, I would not be surprised if Russ, is not on the team by the start of the season. The start of the season is like 50 plus days away. I think it's 53 to be exact days away before the season starts. So there's a lot of time actually, for any transpiration or transpiring to happen of any other trades or, possible, roster cut situations or anything like that. There's time for all those things still. So, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if Russ isn't there by the end of this, or should I say the start of the season, but I also wouldn't be surprised if he is. So we're going to have to see how it pans out, but I'm definitely interested to see, how this will go, because Patrick Beverley on the same team with Russell Westbrook, I never thought I'd see that. And honestly, neither one of them never thought they would see it either, probably. So along with other NBA fans who probably never thought they would see it, it's just very rare. And I know the commentators and, the media and the analysts and all those guys are going to definitely chime in on that. That's going to be a topic all on its own if they have to play a whole season with each other and try to cope and deal with one another, even though there's no mutual interest for one another between the two. So it's going to be interesting to see, how they cope if they happen to do play with each other this year, if Russ doesn't get sent home or he doesn't get traded or whatever the case may be. But as I said in my yesterday's video, you never know. They might have traded for Patrick Beverley to get him him on the roster to utilize him as a package deal to send him off somewhere just to get rid of Russell Westbrook. It could be a situation like that as well, because honestly, Patrick Beverley is a good player to add in a package deal. We already know that there were reports last week or the week before that the Lakers were reportedly offering 1 or 2 picks to the Brooklyn Nets for Kyrie and possibly Russell Westbrook. But now that they got Patrick Beverley, they can also inquire and say, hey, listen, we got Patrick Beverley, we can give you Russell Westbrook, and we can give you the 2 of our picks also. What do you think about that in regards or in exchange for Kyrie Irving? Now, like I said, other teams might start listening more because they got other pieces that can help. Patrick Beverley still can play a little bit of defense. You see what I'm saying? He still has some value, or at least he talks like he has some value. And Russell Westbrook still has a little bit of value left in him if he's in a comfortable situation. And you give up 1 or 2 picks, which I don't think the Lakers should do, but if that's what they're willing to do, give up 1 or 2 picks with those 2 players added in as like I said, a combination. The Nets might go for that, or another team might go for that. So this is my point. Like, they might have got Patrick Beverley for all the reasons that you're thinking that they didn't. So, I mean, this is very possible. So we'll see what happens, and we'll see how this whole ordeal is going to pan out. But either way, it's going to be interesting, and I'm down to watch it, however it plays out. But hey, that's my take on everything. Leave any comments in the comment section. Check out my other videos if you haven't. And hey, Khaliis out.